I've been geeking out over redstone. The other day, I had a bit of a bright idea. I realized that a lot of my favorite piston door designs are actually really quite old, and there's quite a lot of room for improvement in the redstone. So I set to work on improving every single one of them. Many hours later, after plenty of redstone related headaches, I'm actually really proud of what I've managed to achieve. So today's video is dedicated to my 10 favorite piston doors in Minecraft, and if you like weird redstone and strange circuitry, then this is the video for you. And if you don't like weird redstone and strange circuitry, then these are the doors for you. The basics. I know it seems ridiculous after all that talk of complex redstone circuitry and things, but I couldn't possibly do a video featuring my 10 favourite doors without featuring my most used types of piston door. The 2x2 ones. We've got the 2x2 slime block door. That looks absolutely gorgeous. I love the opening and closing sequence of these. It looks super futuristic. And then of course we've got this old chestnut, the 2x2 piston door. This was the first redstone project that I ever worked on. When I first grabbed redstone, this is what I constructed, so I think it holds just a nice place in my heart. The 3x3 spiral door. Now I think it's safe to say that out of all of the piston doors in Minecraft, out of every single one, I personally think this has one of the coolest opening and closing sequences. Obviously, you guys are going to fight me in the comment section on this one. I can already read the comments now in my head. But still, I absolutely love watching this thing function. And you know what? It's actually quite fast. It's still a fast piston door. It just has that nice animation. And now that observers exist in the game, it's actually really quite compact. So my original design was 1 block extra on both sides, and it was also 3 blocks wide. Now we've managed to get it down to 2 blocks wide, and we've managed to chop those off the sides too, which means that it actually fits within the footprint of a standard 3x3 piston door, so there's no excuse not to have the spiral. The button operated wooden door. You know, I thought I'd include this one in the video for those of you who really like the simple stuff. So here we have a regular wooden door. If we just stand here, hit the button, you can see it works perfectly. I mean, this side it genuinely does work perfectly, but if we do that again, you can see that the floor folds out, we get pushed underneath the door and then pop up on the other side. I originally called this the under-over door, and I'd say that's a fairly fitting name. And there's nothing more satisfying than it, really, is there? I mean, it's just one of those things, it catches you off guard, and that's the beauty of it. Redstone-wise, it's all relatively small. I mean, it's not a particularly big redstone circuit. Obviously, we've got quite a bit going on that is quite bulky, so we've got slime block launchers. We obviously have to have a little channel for our player to travel through, so that takes up quite a lot of space. And then we've got the flush trapdoors out the back here, which actually remove the floor. But in terms of actual redstone, it's actually really quite simple. And I know all of you hate it when I say that, because apparently it's not that simple to a lot of you. It's fine, it will come with time, okay? If you watch enough of my videos, these things will start to look simple, I promise. These sorts of things won't though, these will never look simple. 2x2 hipster door. Now this is the only build in this video that wasn't actually constructed by me. Originally I used to make small 2x2 hipster doors. I was okay at it maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I was going to come up with a new design, and I thought I'd check up what the hipster door community is doing. What sort of improvements have been made in hipster doors? And well, let's just say they're a lot smaller than they used to be. You know, my original hipster doors would be like the size of a bus, okay? Many buses, in fact, whereas this is absolutely tiny. It's designed by Reverse Gravity. I'll put a link to that video down in the description. He does some fantastic piston doors as well. I've been looking through his channel today. They're completely nuts. But look at this thing. Seriously, look at this thing. For anyone who's been in the redstone community for a while and remembers what hipster doors used to look like, you will know how crazy this is. It's totally bonkers. I've been playing with it all day. Oh, and did I mention that it's expandable? Yeah, it doesn't just have to be 2x2. You can have it 2 blocks high by 100. Mental. The 4x4 lava sides door. Oh, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Now, for me personally, I just really like the way this door looks. I like the lava on the sides, and I especially like having glass in the center. Obviously, you can use any block, but I personally like being able to see through it. And if we hit this button right here, you can see that everything opens up really quite quickly. All of the lava is removed by the piston extenders and the blocks traveling fast. So it's not really that dangerous because, you know, you wouldn't want lava spilling everywhere. Now, the closing is a tiny bit slower because, of course, we are limited by the speed of lava. And lava is definitely not the fastest thing in Minecraft. Now, a fun story about this one is that I spent a very long time trying my best to get the redstone circuitry to be 2 blocks wide. And I almost got there. I was just running into some serious bugs that were causing some issues, and then I realized that actually it had to be 3 blocks wide regardless, because if it wasn't, the lava just spilled out on one of the sides, and that's no good, is it? You know, as a redstone engineer, sometimes you get so preoccupied with whether or not you could that you don't stop to ask yourself whether you should. Lasers are awesome. I beg of anyone to tell me otherwise, and lasers in Minecraft are just as cool. So currently, they are activated. If we walk through, you can see that a killer pufferfish has been dispensed. Yeah, looks lethal. Obviously, if you were to construct this for yourself, you would... you would probably want to, employ a slightly better defense system, but as the owner of the base, you're going to want to be able to get in and out without the killer defense activating. So if we flick this lever right here, you can see all of the lasers turn off, and then we can walk through without running into any issues. Now, this is definitely one of the redstone circuits in this video. There's a little bit of a weird one. We have some weird game mechanics going on here. So you can see we've got the powered rails, and then we have the string up at the top here. Now, if I told you that these powered rails aren't actually currently being powered, but they haven't realized it yet, would you shake your head and be confused? If that's the case, then I apologize, because that is what's happening. You can see this piece of redstone dust clearly isn't running into this block, but this powered rail thinks that that piece of redstone dust is powering it. So that's why all of these are activated. But as soon as I update one of them by walking on the string, you can see all of the powered rails switch off, because they go, wait, whoa, we're not powered. Okay, why are we on? So they turn off, and then this observer here detects that, it resets the circuit, it then repowers this piece of redstone dust, repowering this block, and this detector rail moves across, redirecting the redstone, putting them back into that state of thinking they're powered when they're actually not. Oh, good grief, I don't know if that made any sense. Please let this one be simple. It's just a fence. A fence that goes under the floor. And I've got to say, it looks lovely, doesn't it? I mean, look at this. We've got a pair of wooden pillars. I thought I'd dress this one up a little bit, because obviously if I use my standard quartz and iron type stuff, but then just had some fence posts in there, probably wouldn't look that good. Although you could use glass panes. You could use anything here. I just like the look of fences. If we hit this button, though, you can see that the fences drop down underneath the floor, and then everything is sealed up behind them, so we can walk through. Everything looks very nice, and then when we hit the button once again, the fences pop back up, and then this wood is pushed back across. 2x2 seamless glass piston door. Those words bring a tear to the eye, because this is the first door that I ever made in Minecraft that was like an original design. It was something that I fully worked on. Obviously, it did not look like this. It was huge. I'm telling you now, it was literally about this big. Okay, it was enormous, right? But it was the first video that actually became popular, and in a way began to launch my channel in the direction of making redstone videos. So I love seamless glass piston doors, and this one is lightning fast and very, very compact. I mean, watch it from the other side. Look at this. How cool. And I mean, the redstone wise, there's so much in here that is just non-standard redstone. It's all observer based. We've got redstone lamps activating, observers, hoppers. We've got pistons updating. I mean, it's all a bit of a mess, but somehow it comes together to actually function as a piston door, and that is why I'm so pleased with this design. But there's one that I'm even more pleased with. 4x4 vault door. To this day, the 4x4 vault door design that I uploaded is one of my favorite piston door designs, and it's also one of my most popular piston door designs. People love it, it looks fantastic, it's really, really fast, and it's actually quite compact. But somehow I have managed to shave a bunch of blocks off this. I've managed to shave blocks off the top, off the sides, and also from the bottom, and I've managed to keep it incredibly fast as well. I'm so pleased with this thing. I mean, look at it. Look how fast it is. The closing is crazy. Like the closing is mad. The opening is a tiny bit slower, but still absolutely bonkers. And look how small it is. It's as small as it can possibly be. I mean, it fits within the footprint of the pistons themselves. Look, those are the bottom pistons of the door. Obviously, you can't move those. Those are the side pistons of the door. You can't move those. Those are the top pistons of the door. You can't move those. And it's 3 blocks wide. This is as small as it possibly can be. I'm so pleased with myself. I'm not gonna lie, I was messaging Iskal at like 2 o'clock in the morning, showing him screenshots, and he was probably like, just dude, I'm trying to go to bed. But I felt like I had to share it with him because it is weird redstone galore. It's so strange. But it works. And that's the most important thing. But with that being said, there's one door that I made many years ago that can't be beaten. And you know what, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even attempt to improve it because it was so clear to me that it's perfect as it already is. The Mumbo door. This is my 200,000 subscriber special, and to this day, I think it is the best special I have ever done. I just... look at it. I feel like I need to have these all over my base on Hermitcraft. It's the most ridiculous thing. But it's beautiful. Oh, I love these things. I absolutely love these things. And weirdly enough, I mean, the redstone is actually quite compact. It's just 3 blocks wide. Fits within its footprint quite nicely. There's a few blocks that you can shave off in certain areas, but for the most part, it's about as small as it can be. So there we have it, ladies and gents. Those are my 10 favorite piston doors in Minecraft. I'm super proud of the progress that I managed to make on these designs. I seriously put a lot of time into these. Just purely out of enjoyment, actually. I was geeking out over some redstone, trying my best to challenge myself to make these things more compact than they previously were. So as I say, I really do hope that you enjoyed. There's a world download down in the description if you want to see them in a little bit more detail. But anyway, I'll catch you in the next video. See ya. It's the end of the video. It's the end of the video. It's the end of the video. It's the end. That song didn't go on as long as I thought. It got repetitive for me. 3, 2, 1, bye. One.